all the different pals. Look at it. Sorry, I started clicking this idly and forgot that I should have started the video for poking self again. Welcome back to our extras episode. We're going to be covering all the extras right now. I don't think I'm going to be doing the speed run this time because I've got some setup I have to do for the speed run. But I see that we can pick different pals here. I wonder if they carry over into the game. So we will be doing... I like the cat. The cat reminds me of Catnap, probably because it's just a cat. And then we got the moose here. The bear. This is the farmer right there. Who's this? Not one of the dogs or the Pomeranian. It's a fox. Alright, we're going to do the fox. So, replay campaign completed. We got free play here. Oh, okay, so we can pick each other. Oh, I love the art here. Oh, I wonder who they had to do the art. This is all great. So we got Friday night, which is the big boss fight. Rank F, rank F, rank F. I didn't get a single night that I didn't get a rank F. Main time and task time. Monday. So Mondays, very simple. Tuesday, we introduced the farmer with the changing eyes. Great cover for that one. Wednesday, what did we introduce on Wednesday? That was the arcade machine with the rat at night. What mechanically did we introduce? I don't know. And then right here, we've got... Wow, my brain's melted. This game, as I said, this game's hard, and that was like an hour and a half that I just sat down and played, and now my brain is just toast. Alright, so what do our bonuses have here? Percy Poodle, the titular mascot of Percy's Playhouse. Percy Poodle's an animatronic poodle, likes to play games, rock out on stage, and make new friends. He hasn't been acting quite the same this week, though. Maybe all he needs is a hug. Percy Poodle was one of the first characters designed for this game. Originally, he was meant to look a lot more organic and even shared similar features to Fleagle from the Banana Splits. I think this version of Percy was the best to go with, though. He's so fluffy, after all. He does look pretty huggable. Like, I can actually see my kids hanging out with this. Well, I don't know. He's got the spikes on his arms and the exposed wires. I guess even in this, an endoskeleton's pretty unsettling. Charlie Cat, the lovable feline with a trick up his sleeve. Charlie Cat is an animatronic who loves to tell jokes, perform general and simple circus tricks, and put on shows for the other children. Despite this, he loves all the attention. What a show hawk. Charlie Cat wasn't even meant to be a cat in the first place at all. Charlie was originally meant to be a tiger, but when trying to pick the colors for him, orange didn't suit it. I think a cat, while a bit unoriginal, was the best route to go. Understandable. Mother Moose, the caring mother of the lot. Mother Moose is an animatronic moose who takes care. She has a soulless gaze. Most of the children usually tries to distract them with simple games or stories. A Pal Percy or Pal Boy usually does the trick for that. Mother Moose was probably the simplest design. For all the characters, I just thought of basic ideas and made them as I went along. Do you know that female moose don't grow any antlers, yet Mother Moose has them anyway? I wonder why. What better for goring you with? Farmer Felix. Oh, so they have so much bonus content. I do like that they have a lot of bonus content. It's stuff that, like, if you ever do any type of game design or development, it's always fun when you have like blooper reels, bonus content, show stages, all that stuff. But that all takes time to actually build and create. And people really underestimate that, like, just having this menu here, the developer took a week out of his free time. Well, of his free time, in order just to do just the bonus menu, showing off just the assets they already had created. The hard-working farmer, Farmer Felix, is an animatronic ferret who was made simply to be another addition to Percy and his lackeys. Felix was recently programmed to be able to play Simon Says with the children, but started acting weird due to it. It's best to avoid eye contact with him. Farmer Felix was actually one of the last characters added to the game, but was really a handful to program. He kept breaking on us all the time. Eventually we got him working, but I still think it's ironic how in-universe he's also a really broken character, much like he was to program. Yeah, some things just break and don't want to work. I'm actually surprised with Requiem. Which, by the way, if you're new here, go check out the Five Nights at Freddy's Requiem trailer on my channel. That is releasing November 15th. And yeah, it's funny how some things break and some things don't. I've had some of the stuff that worked really, really well that I thought was going to be an absolute nightmare to program and debug. And then I've also had some random stuff happen. Like currently, if you just flick a camera up and down really, really, really fast, you soft lock the game. I need to fix that bug still. The Junkard rodent with a sassy tood. Rowan Rat is a decommissioned animatronic rat that was left in a storage room to rot. After numerous malfunctions, Rowan was eventually put out of action. But then, how to get back to the rat cave? It's truly a plot hole. Oh. The plot. Hate that pun. Oh, and Rad was a tricky one to figure out a mechanic for. Originally, he would take 3 whole minutes just to kill you. It was completely ridiculous and very complicated, so we scrapped it and made his mechanic a lot simpler. That said, we'll never share how he manages to dig underground. He would take 3 whole minutes just to kill you. So I guess he would just be digging towards you, and you had to escape before he finished digging towards you. Because otherwise that would be weird. Well, let's see. What did he do before? Or what did he do in this game? In this game, he... Oh, yeah, he had to use the sonar system and shock him. Okay. Probably for the best, though, because it made you use the camera systems. They did figure that, as I said, like, at the start, the cameras were useless, and they eventually forced me into using the camera system. Not in... Well, not in a bad way. Playful Poodles, the mischievous toys. The Playful Poodles are a set of 3 robotic dolls resembling Percy Poodle that were made shortly after the creation of the Pal Percy's hit success. They behave just how you would expect them to, disruptively. There's no stopping them, though. They're just toys after all. These jerks. Playful Poodles were actually added because I jokingly said, what if those props at the end of the hallway in the office were alive? And everyone persuaded me to code them into the mix. So I did. Just to clear something up, yes, we hate them just as much as you probably do yourself. Actually, as I said, like, oh, those little jerks killing me. You know, just extra stuff in the mix. They were actually my favorite enemies in the whole game. They're just so cute. I can't be angry at them. Look at them. Look at them. Look at Tip. We got Tip. Wait, if I click on them, do I get... Oh, come on. There's more of them with different facial expressions. Why, they're just Tim. Pal, your best and only pal. Pal is the final boss of Playtime with Percy. Is a combination of Percy Poodle and your pal Percy, and the result of caring for it too much. While not explicitly detailed, Pal is actually the one controlling every animatronic in-game. Oh, okay. All for the goal of getting you to stay. What a parasite. Pal was a very tricky character to get right, not just for gameplay reasons. Sure, his boss fight was intimidating to figure out the right mix-up, but also finding a way to have the story make sense for him. If you're going to ask what exactly is the Pal Percy, perhaps that's a story to tell later down the line. Oh, it's some kind of like demon. Well, they were all possessed demons. Yeah, let's take the, this game is Playtime with Percy. Let's take the Poppy Playtime route and just say murdered children's souls are inserted into these devices to make them sentient. The Tama Terrors. That's what these were, Tama Terrors. The lackeys of your best pal. During the fight against Pal, these 4 sentient Pal Percy toys will attempt to get into your office in many unique yet utterly comical ways, using the new I love so much the animation of just ramming the frickin' cart over. Yeah. In horror games, it's so rare that they just give you, yeah, just frickin' run them over. It's like when they just give you a gun. It's like, yeah, just shoot the monster. It'll actually work. Not the Darkwood way of, hey, we gave you a gun because it's not enough. What happened to them after the fight anyway? No one really knows. The Tomateras were a very late addition, but also the best one. Best one I could have made. Originally, the fight against Pal was going to be just him, then him alongside the other robots. It sounded boring, though. A friend then suggested to me, what if the enemies were different Pal Percy toys? The rest is history. That's actually a really... Yeah, just the fight against Pal is going to be just him, then him alongside the other robots. Whatever friend had that idea, let's make a crappy automaton toy. Actually, not crappy. These things are... Because this is the Ian Pal had the same, like, squiggly arm design stuff. It was actually a really good idea that his friend had there. Oh, Tim. Okay, so this is the little guy corrupted and grown. The rejected toys, the Poodle Pals, are transformed versions of the playful poodles that Pal took over. They behave similarly to the playful poodles, but worse. These underlings of Pal just want to be like him and will do anything to prove it. The Poodle Pals are the only characters to appear in the fight against Pal. Someone actually concepted them when I had originally suggested if the playful poodle should be in the fight. It's weird how these similar things happen, right? Unencountered. Oh shoot, wait, there's actually more content. Ah! I'll have to work on Requiem, I don't have time for this. Well, fine. Okay, look at the endo jaw right there. That's a really nice touch to have those little spikes inside. Like they put, but something right here, these aren't scary jump scares. They put so much care into these. You have the creepiness, like the internal jaw right there. This guy throws confetti and is throwing you a surprise, which is so cool and in character. This one's just terrifying. The bear trap. Your eyes are flickering, which is cool, but otherwise there's not much to say about him. Rowan Rat. Oh, he actually directly kills. He's stabbing you as he attacks you. I guess he's digging through you, which is a nice touch. Also, his eye like swings during the animation. Oh, you're actually... Are you a 3D? This looks like it's a 3D animation. Maybe not, though. Could just be clean vector art. Yeah, no, this is like the most generic jump scare because it's just pals. It's actually a monster. Tamalanky. Yeah, again, just grabbling, mouth in your face, eyes. The Tama Bruti. Love the eyes looking at you. 1,000 dollars. Ah, that is the sound button. Okay. Hey. I hope you all enjoyed that as much as I did. Oh, God. Tama Opti. I hate you. You are the worst, Tama Opti. You were the least fun mechanic of the fight because you were the one that kept killing me. The Tamagotchi. Oh, I never got overrun by the roaches. They sound like Pokemon, don't they? Oh, and then you are the ones I haven't run into yet. Environments, the blue storage room. Oh, okay, I can add people to the room and see where they are. Oh, alright, so then I can see there's the last person I haven't seen yet. The yellow crafts room. Red break. That's some eyes. Hi. As I said, I didn't really get a chance to admire the art on the earlier nights because they're so aggressive. You don't have time to actually look at the cameras that much in this game, except for when you absolutely must be hurrying. Again, not a flaw, it's just a fast-paced game. Oh, I never encountered the cat in there? Huh. Alright, so he's climbing the vent. We got Moose peeking at a rat. Diddle doodle. So many of them. Broken storage, yielding crafts. Look at the eyes of the icon when you turn it off. Just the death stare. Oh yeah, they're all insane unless they're being presented. Nice. They had a lot of fun, by the way, with posing this character right here, this poodle. Their poses are very actually engaging and fun. I don't know if I ever actually noticed them in the ball pit there. That might have been the times when I accidentally got them. Oh, that's what you were. You were the one that I never let in because you just made a ton of noise and I had to block the wall. Yeah, you just never had a chance to get into the room. Hey, Duotama Opti, or whatever you are. Evil. Oh. Start development. Wait, so what are these? To start, do you know that originally this is meant to be a very different game? I'd want to make it a fully original horror game, not inspired by anything I liked. A bunch of ideas collided, like, with one after another, though, so I opted to just be inspired by the different games. Virtual pet ad. Feed, drink, or play with the pet. Become needy if neglected for long, can disable certain features to make you tend to it. This is usually how games start, actually. It's just, here's a vague idea of stuff I want to combine. Game page is disgusted as just only for the virtual pet app. However, after restore is done, you get a notification from the security app with pop-up saying it's time to play or something. Security app, either bedroom or storage facility, 1 to 3 threats, monster, hallucinations, and virus. Monster can send virus, however hallucinations are random, the app would only make more frequent to occur. Depending on how much happiness pet has is when you can leave. On security app, you can view around 5 rooms and turn on 1 light. You can't turn on all 5 though, only 1 at a time. You can shock the monster. Yeah, okay, so very basic game right here. Really sounds like it would have just been one night, a bit like Flumpties. The Pal Percy aspect of the game was decided early on, but I did envision it being more akin to the application on a tablet than its own device. This is way before I thought of actually being able to have an actual Pal Percy on you at all times. I do love the Tamagotchi device being core mechanic. There are a lot of road bumps during development on all sides. One of the few we faced early on was deciding that the enemies were going to be. As you can see, enemies like the possum were scrapped, enemies like Mother Moose and Percy Poodle were kept. It's actually a really creepy, very quick, dirty MS Paint drawing. Poodle, no, Percy Poodle, Moose Manny, Mother Moose, Creepy Farmer Frank, Alter Chair, Cat Clown, might be Charles the Clown or whatever, have his own circus, commissioned characters, Rat, Robber, lives in trash named Rotten Randy, because it sounds right. Possible rat mechanic, multiple trash cans where you can get to, underground tunneling system, you can just locate and stop it. Cool idea, I'll try to say otherwise. Cool idea, yeah, I know this stuff gets scrapped all the time. Possum, same as rat, no idea what to do with this one, maybe clone of the rat mechanic-wise, opposite, luring maybe? Basically it's like a rat that can teleport and dig to 4 predetermined spots. If it goes to one, it'll act like where it takes him to a bit to actually do a thing. If he does a thing it can, with your equipment or something, it does all 4, goes to your office, begin to mechanic, defend from him. Character concept, oh I just doodled them on paper. Decent drawings there, better than I could do. Out of touch, I've only envisioned there being 3 enemies. Percy Poodle, Charlie Cat, and Rowan Rat. Enemies like Mother Moose, Farm Felix were sketched out, but at the time were never added. Poodles, on the other hand, weren't even thought of yet. Wonder how long this game took to develop. Early Rowan Rat mechanic. Oh boy, this is what he said. It takes 3 minutes to kill you. Notice code the game is very unbalanced and rough around the edges. Spends some time tweaking the visuals, by some most of the time reworking the pal, Percy, and enemies. You know Rowan Rat was meant to be the most complicated character? His AI sheet is crazy. I had to rework him on the spot. Okay. Let's see. You had a camera and the radar, which were separate things, or this was the radar. If under 7, set R0B14, random B equals 14. Yeah. When in cams, blocks view, but returns to it when gone. For main routes. Opens when all correlate? Oh, all corrupt. Room stability, actual corrupt. Okay. So yeah, he'd be just digging around. He'd be running underground. You have to watch him and block it off. It's basically the vent mechanic from Ultimate Custom Night. Pal Percy's revamp. Yeah, just a dog before. Oh, this thing on the right, was that him? Okay. During the rework, Pal Percy got a complete overhaul to the one you see now. Before it was just a waiting game until it got enough happiness points. Now, as you know, it's a lot more interactive with different mini-games and such. Okay. Yeah, so they turned it from just a timer into the speedrun mechanics. Or this, not speedrun mechanics, but the task-based speed mechanics. What was happening was the process of adding another character, Mother Moose. She was a pretty easy addition. I considered Charlie Cat and Mother Moose to be sort of yin and yang with each other in games, so she was a pretty easy character and to add all things considered. Early menus and touch-ups. After that, I was going to start polishing the main office section. It took a lot of work, but we were all very happy with how it turned out in the end. But during this time, it felt like someone else was missing. So we added Farmer Felix, his mechanic. Oh yes, they would have had the game. It's like, we just need one more person. The game, it's just missing a bit of intensity, maybe amp up time. There's a level where not enough is added to the game. 'Cause I remember the second night, it was just Farmer Felix and like the hallway poodles. So it wasn't too much that got added. So I had to Farm Felix. Mechanic originally was just show up on different sides of the office, but it didn't make sense. So we opted to put him outside the offices, and Simon Says machine was brought in as well. One of the last things we had for Felix was actually his power shutdown trick, as originally all he did was shut off the cameras. Post-night development. Power-ups. Regain a health, shield, rapid fire. Oh, minigame stuff. For the moose. Now it's time to start post-night tasks. These were the hardest parts to work on, as I was very nervous and stressed of them being just right, fair, and fun. I believe they're just that. None of them really went through any significant changes. Yeah, no, they're very quick, shallow games, and that's exactly what they should be. Because if you want to go fast and skip them, you just go fast and do it well. Halfway in the post-night tasks, I decided to add playful pool, which is not saying they're bad. It's just they're very simple. And, like, the game's not forcing you to sit through a level that you don't want to sit through. I've had that problem with other fan games. There's one where, like, at nighttime, you're given a really crappy flashlight, and there's like 8 holes in the room, and you just have to keep looking around for Puppet. You just do the same thing every time, and it's really hard and stressful and not really fun or engaging. Halfway into the post-night task, I decided to add the playful poodles. All of them were super easy to code in and added a lot more challenges to the game. They're probably the most popular characters in the game or the most hated. There's no in between. I love them. I absolutely love the poodles. They're so dumb. Holes come out of 1 of 4 holes or 1 of 6. Early Farmer's Serenade. The post-night task were almost done up until now, making the 4th one, Farmer's Serenade, was probably the most challenging one to make. Originally, you were to play a game of whack-a-mole inside of Felix's head. However, coding complications and the fact of being really stupid forced me to scrap the idea. Instead, it became 4 different repairs. The poodle aspect was always planned and was kept in. Okay. Cutscene and pre-boss. After that, most cutscenes were finished, and so was the pre-boss cutscene, which is pretty fun to make. I wanted to make sure I correctly captured the feeling for Pal in particular, and I think I nailed it very well. I don't have any type of design doc by the way. I have a Trello board, not Jira, Trello. And it is a sin that working on Requiem, that is what I have done for it. It's I can go through Discord and pull up like old photos and stuff, which I probably should. I actually have I still have a functional version of the original prototype level before I went and remade it for Requiem, which was actually a FNAF. It was a map for FNAF 2 that I had modified with gray boxing just to get the core gameplay mechanics in. Which, God, the game's gone so far since then. Holy crap! It's weird to think back on like the early prototype version and how terrible it was. Then finally, it was on to the fight against Pal. The fight was very hard to figure out. Originally, the fight was going to be just against Pal and would have remained 2D. The choice to go 3D for the fight was bold risk to take, and we had to make sure it fit the part and worked well. Hope people enjoyed the climax of the game. It's probably the best part to work on me, despite the bumpy road for it. Yeah. I would have toned down the electric shock dude a little bit, but that's probably just because I was being a dum-dum and died to him repeatedly, and not that he was actually a problematic mechanic. Because once I finally identified the sound effect that went with him, he became so much easier to deal with. So yeah, the last fight of this, wow, that's something. This game had a lot of mechanics thrown on you very fast, but they did it very well. And I actually kind of like the explicit. They just tell you with raw text. There's not the cryptic voicemails or stuff. It's just they can throw the mechanic on and they just tell you what to do about it, and it works. And I really like that. Because it allowed me just to focus on the fact that it's a challenging, hard, well-designed challenge. No poetry for that one. You get the word challenge as many times as I feel fit. Project file. After such was only just balancing out the game, adding extra content, etc. Most of these images here are taken right when making this menu tab. I hope you liked a few development key points that include the menu. It's pretty cool. This is actually cool. Well, this is something I've got to add to the final release of Requiem. We're not getting it for the beta. I don't have the time to do that. Old retro hijinks. This was the original look of the room in retro hijinks, but I wasn't sure where to go in the direction for it. You can also see a remnant of an old Mother Moose pose here. It ended up being scrapped because at the time I didn't envision her being animated at all. The arcade cabinet, seen in retro hijinks, was originally red before I made it lime green. It was made a new color because it blended better with the other visuals, so its look behind was also better on the eyes. That's fair. Before the game page launched, this was the original logo. I didn't want to scrap it at first, but I felt I needed to do so. Besides, the logo was a bit similar to another game with Playtime in the title. Yeah, that's fair. The development said it's best to remake all the jump scares so they could look a lot cleaner, as well as have some nice perspective then. The older ones looked flat and didn't have the set I wanted. You did a good job, Dev. About 5 days, this mechanic would have been used as a secondary attack for Charlie. You would have had to look up and stare at him for a bit before he backed off. However, this completely ruined the balancing for the minigame, so I removed it. That's fair. If before they had Farmer Felix, it probably would have been fine, but otherwise it becomes mechanical overload. This is the first version of the game over screen. Well, the idea was pretty nice. The look of it and how everything was positioned wasn't sitting right with me. Before I decided to rework the entire main menu, this was originally the custom hour menu in the game. This actually showed up on the game page release. It was reworked because it crammed the menu so much and it looked ugly. Okay, I haven't even poked at these screens yet. Oh yeah, just having all these customizable variables here. This is the original design for the office of the pal boss that we made way before we had a solid plan for the fight. We scrapped it because it didn't fit our visions at all. It just didn't like a gray and washed out look. Some of the props shown do show up in the final cut though, so it didn't go fully to waste. Okay, everything starts somewhere. This is a scrap design for the EM PAL. The toy is play on EMP, being, early model PAL Percy. However, this design only reflected one of those traits. While reworking it, we made sure to incorporate both ideas into one, which paid off better. We also had to make sure it looked less blocky. The idea originally was for the opening cutscene to be interactable, and that would lead into the tutorial of the game. I couldn't exactly get the looks of it right, though, so I opted for a more traditional cutscene. It's for the better, anyway. Come inside, front. Just MS Paint art. Understandable for, the start of your game's prototype. Here's some old poses for Charlie, Cat, and Mother Moose. They were removed because they look silly. All the angles and perspectives messed up, creating a lot of problems, so I redrew them. Auction Automation Mechanic 2. A virus detected. Click 4 times to disable. Before we reworked the task, Auction Automation planned to have a virus mechanic where you randomly get a pop-up and have to dismiss a virus. It was good and it could have worked, but it was too much for the first task, so we got rid of it. Okay. All the cutscenes, minus the pre-boss ones, are going to be in a completely different style of the game. Sadly, though, the artists can no longer work on the game. This is my attempt to recreate their style myself before we decided to get a new artist on the team. Getting artists on your team is hard. I still have to incorporate most of the stuff. The only artist that I have that isn't me for Requiem is my friend Bria Kitten, which that is their username, by the way. That is not something that I added. It's just Bria Kitten, because they're obsessed with cats. I need to be very explicitly clear about that. They're a professional UI artist, actually, so they did the nicer UI in Requiem, as well as my friend Clover, who is yet to deliver Bonnie's model and said they'd have it in the next few days, and I really hope they do, because if they don't, I'm in trouble. There's an idea for this minigame of slipping switches and then typing out a code the game gave you at completely random. This type of mechanic of Rowan didn't balance out at all. These are the mostly original sprites meant to be on the Pal Percy. They're replaced by the better sprite made down the line. However, they were actually the basis used for the Ian Pal's design and the boss. So I guess it's half scrapped. Okay. Another scene. Best procrastinator mug. I love that. I need that mug. Another scene of the original minigame, like opening cutscene, was too similar to the opening sequence of another game I liked at the time. For that reason, it didn't get far. Are they talking about... No, this is too old for this to be Indigo Park. Rowan and Pea Poodle minigame. These are notes for the initial concept of this minigame. You would have to put certain items into boxes and keep Rowan and the playful poodles away from the boxes. The idea was fleshed out, but coding it was a nightmare, so I opted for something more simple. Okay. You win. For a long time, it would have been had a point score system. The city was cool. The combos and timeouts is other useless or no purpose whatsoever. So it just made it a timer. Retro hijinks. Before someone else took the task, I'd originally had someone different model the characters seen in retro hijinks. The reworked models were done without my approval, actually, and when asked why, it was simply because the old ones looked horrible. Understandable. Original Palboy. Paltronics. Oh, okay. This is the original design of the Palboy for it reworked. I had watched it originally be a similar device to Pal Percy itself, but I realized it didn't do the job well for something very viable. For that reason, it's reworked one you see today. Cool. Now, we just have all the cutscenes right here. Endless mode scoreboard. Low score. Complete charges on the Ian Pal to increase your score. They will also slowly increase, and oh, this one does not cap at level 20. This one caps at 20. So this is spins out of control. Does not. Scoreboard is not automatically updated. Make sure to reload this menu a few times to see your score displayed. This is turned on. Any extra character, if unlocked, will be enabled. Adds 2 to your score multiplier. Aggressive AIs. If this is turned on, it will cause the aggressive AIs modifier. You can see the custom hour adds 2 to your score multiplier. No task lock. If this is turned on, we'll be able to use the task lock multiplier. You can see the custom hour subtracts 1. Double speed. This is turned on. The speed for when characters increase their AI levels is doubled, adding 1 to your score multiplier. This turned on. All characters start at their max AI. This adds 2. Art contest. Oh yeah, from September 25th, 2022 until October 2nd, 9 lucky winners were chosen to have their art featured in this game. Second credits and be featured here. Oh yeah, these were the ones on the cutscenes, or the end screen. Contributions. Fazzy Funbear, or I guess me, is the main lead director of artists at Playtime with Percy. He is responsible for the game's art programming and mechanics, basically everything. But I might sound egotistical saying that. He's also known for his artistic talents, helping out numbers with projects. Okay, something really funny. If you play Requiem, I have a credit screen on there. And most of the people is like, this person did the voice acting, the voxel art, this person was playtest that stuff. For Metric, for me, I have like 12 roles listed because I did everything. Environment art, 3D art, animations, programming, balance, design, all of it. When I finished up my previous project beforehand, I thought this is the last game I'd make. If you were to go up to me and say that I would, I'd round up 30 of my closest friends to make a game about a parasocial 2000s toy. I would have called you crazy. Needless to say, I'm eternally grateful for the final product we made. They could everyone show me that there's light at the end of the tunnel. So thank you for being Percy's playmate. I'm sure you'll be reacquainted soon enough. Oh, gallery. Percy, what do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat, pal? The soul of innocence. A bagel. No, 2 bagels. All right. What are those? Good art there. More art. That's a nice color palette. Oh, these are the arts from the different nights. Oh, they zoomed in a whole ton for Night 4's art. Cool. Ooh. I am missing these because spoilers. So dumb. That's how Elvis got killed by a murder poodle and his friends. Yeah, the poodles. Also the poodles. Oh, some more poodles. And a poodle there. Poodle there. Poodle there. No poodle there. No poodle. Another poodle. And there we go. Far left. We got a poodle right there. See why they wanted this art? Why? There's just 2 of them randomly. They're like, no, you don't get to see these ones. Alright, bonuses, custom hours. What do we have here? Max happiness 30. How much happiness do you need to pass the night? Also affects how quickly it gets angry. Complete the Flock of Poodles challenge and the Summer Day challenge to unlock these characters. Ooh. Here's how much Pal Percy can tolerate before it begins to get upset. Does not affect the AI of Pal Percy. I find it funny that Percy's mechanic is just walks up and bangs on the door. Able to Pal Percy can even get upset when neglected. Slowly increase the half of the characters, while how long it takes tasks to complete. No tasks are able to complete tasks on Pal Percy without any of them locking up after. So you can just spam the same task over and over. Reaction time. Here's how much time a character takes before killing you. This also affects the speed for certain reaction events. Here's how much time the 3 playful poodles take before they disrupt your shift. So did the playful poodles just break stuff? I don't think I ever actually had them directly attack me. So how many times you can use the shocker. Aggressive enabled. Some characters have altered mechanics make them more difficult to deal with. However, the characters disabled to learn the new mechanics. Okay. Percy Poodle will now attack again after successfully defending yourself from him once. After that attack, he'll back off fully. Charlie Cat works same as before, but no longer makes a sound. Okay, so it removes the vent noises for you. Percy Poodle, you have to deflect twice, not once. Farmer Felix, after being randomly, will switch his current eye color to throw you off. Make sure you double check which one it is. Oh, okay, so you have to watch for the end of when he's walking across the hall. So there's a smaller window to set it. Rowan Rat works same as before, but his times are decreased, attacking faster. Playful Poodle will hide him with 6 cameras. Find him and start him for 2 seconds where he cuts off the connection to the Pal Boy. Do you change with that? No, so Playful Poodles isn't modified at all. Oh. Complete the Possum Peril and the Festive Friends challenges. Alright, as much as I want to do that, it took me a longer time than I expected to go through the bonuses, and I do actually have to work on Requiem and also get these videos uploaded for you. So, I'm going to do that right now. Have no fear, though, I will continue to release more videos for Playtime with Percy. So this was just us peeling through the extras. Next time, we're going to be doing a whole bunch of custom hour stuff. And that'll be 1, 2, maybe 3, but I think just 2 videos. And then after that one, we're going to wrap it all up with a speedrun attempt. So, that is all I have to work on tonight and for this video. So this is just perusing the extra section. If anyone did sit through all of this, by the way, and is interested in Requiem, there's an Easter egg in that game, hidden, that is not to be reflective of the final product or even the current game. This is purely a way to access the uncut content. On the main menu, click the top right corner 4 times. You've been given your instructions. Go. And farewell, audience.
Hello? Hello? I hope this message finds you well.